What is going on, guys? It's Jake Sullivan here, and today I got a brand new PA to show you. This is what I call the micro PA. I'm not going to be using any of the... This is not stage stuff, this is just sound. And I am going to use this table for this. And here, so we'll be setting it up, going in depth. And here, timey, alright? So... what I'll be doing is my actual way, just having the sub up there. I'm using the FBT speaker, my FBT column, which is down in there somewhere. So I'll be using that as the top column, which will be my side fill column. Always bring side fills because you want to have space for your actual top, which we're going to set up next. You always have a separate speaker from the lot, so you really want to twist it to there. So this is what I normally do. I just point the speaker there so people could hear it from up on the balcony or something like that. I don't have any space of where to put the RCF as my monitor, so I probably might stand it. Put it up on the stand like the ones I'll be doing over there. And my Roland will also be sitting up on here. It'll be a nice little... So as you come up, you'll see me with this kind of system. So you'll see me with two mixers, which I think looks tacky and I think it looks cool. People think, oh, you don't go with the Bose F1s, but I using the brand new Bose, so I'm using the please say it's the new F1s, please. You got those old F1s, and they said I should try out the F1s, and I said, hell yeah, and I want in, and did not want to go full on extreme with my main PA. Now that's where these bad boys come in here. I have two mixers, one as a backup in the rack, and which is your DBX. So you always need to bring that to events to fine tune your system. So you'll only bring, it's a bit of a rain, it's a bit of a windy ass day out here today. Setting the speaker up somewhere where it doesn't fall over, which will probably be down here or probably up here, will probably be good so it's not in the way. But I want in. This is how the FBT was set quite during the show. So you're seeing a little RCF. It's by a company called FBT. Not speakers though, because I used to have both J5As when I first started, and I wasn't quite convinced on them. I said I recommended them to you, and I am so sorry for doing that, but let me show you on the stage of what I'm using. But I went in and they were very nice. It's a very nice column, to be honest, for music. TBH. I got them from a music store called B&H, I think it was. Yeah, and they had these little guys up for sale, so I thought I might have to get rid of my FBT J5As. I wasn't quite convinced on them first because they were only small speakers, but I would not want to get the S1 Pros because they have a bit of a problem. As most of you guys know, if you own one, you might know, the battery sucks on those things. The S1 Pro dies all of the time. So that's why, ooh, I shouldn't go with the S1 because they die all the time. And I think it's a bad speaker. I don't care if you could use these for musicians. But I saw people running around with those stupid Evolve 50s, which are by a company called Electro Voice. They are what my DJ friends started out with. They say I started out with EV speakers. But this is my setup. I have a DJ2 Go, Newmark Party Mix. That is my main mixer. That's my backup. But if you want backup, get this. This is the Citronic CD1X. It comes with the turntable and it comes with the CD player drawer thing itself. So we'll be laying the RCF on top of that. So get a monitor like I did just here. This is a RCF 300. If I could bring these chairs round, I'd probably might have to set them up out of the camera. This thing sounds amazing. I use that as my stage monitor as well. Roland M300, and it's part of the V-Mixer line. Gig tip: bring a monitor and don't put it close to the speakers, because if you know, I own a lot of speakers. When people were screaming down the mics, the tweeters blew. I used to do that a long time ago. They blew all of my tweeters, and I am so disappointed in companies doing that for not adding feedback eliminators. But yeah, but I want in. What you could do is bring. I do this every time of my gigs. I bring a CD for your ceremonies. So what you have to do for ceremonies is just, if you want to, you could just turn off the rest of the two F1s and just use the FBT. But I'm just not convinced on the just don't get the S1 Pros, because the sound is shit on those things. They used to die. And people said, you're giving me shit. I can't, repair. So what I do is just bring a mixer. This one has motorized faders, which I love. So what I could do is just go into EQ, boost the EQ up all the way on the bass, and it will give me a relatively good sound. So I have an F1 on one side, F1 on the other, FBT in stack right there, which you can see. I do this for all my EDM gigs, all my festival gigs. What I might do for setups, I might get a pair of big X booms for my birthday and put one there and one over there. Just for the big setup, I'd just put the mixer right there. But you just use my little ones. So now the biggest pain in the ass to do. Packing all this stuff away. This is just the big PA that you see me bring. This is the reception setup. This is the cocktail setup for bands. This is the band setup, and it's gonna be my favorite rig. This is from the dance floor view. This is where I get my view from the dance floor, and these are my speakers. So quick gig tip: if you can, if the decking's broken like this is, you can put your stuff deep over there, which I'm planning on doing, is doing a big barricade over there so people don't bring their speakers, and put them up here like this, which are my FBTs. I face them this way because if people are sitting up here eating tea and they can't hear music, it's only beside them, you can't hear it very well, so that's why I do that. For my events, I just put the sub up here, my line array up here, but I just put my Bose F1s up here so you could see them. So that's when you get a relative good sounding sub. I embargoed on my, but I level die on the speaker setup here, the vertus. But if you want to, you can put it like in front of there, but the real ones are freaking expensive. So these are this is the way to go if you can't get the real ones. You just have to do what I do, get a set of speakers, print them out, make them into this. That is what I do, but if you want, you could just hide the sub somewhere so people could see it. But I level die for them on show right here. So I settled on Bose a long time ago. I did have an 802 Series 2, but I am sorry I recommended them to you. I am so sorry because they were so good. The bass was amazing, but they did have the biggest problem I can't fix, that they're just speaker drivers. So you kind of have to put them in like a weird bit of the room. Like if you want, you can like do like the Bose 251s, the Sound Touch series, environmental speakers that I see in at local HMV. You can just hide them somewhere in this corner here. Like you can hide the FBT top here, so you can't really see it. So if you want, you can face it out. So the bit in the back, which are all your inputs back there, so you can see it, is like a power cornish. Like these are just ICs. So gig tip, buy a pair of speakers. I always pack my speakers last so I don't keep making mistakes. So when I do ceremonies, I just run DJ Pro on every single stuff, but then I go right into my rolling mixer, hit up DJ Pro on iPad or iPhone or the new iPad. I just build like a little playlist called Ceremony, do that, and then it will come through the system. So I always bring like a little Bluetooth adapter, plug it into the setup. If you want to, you don't have to be so fancy about it, but I know you people hate it, but or you could just run Serato, which you run for your main events. You can do that as well, or just bring like a band, or just hire a band so people could play up on the stage, or just kids could go up and have some fun doing like some songs and stuff. Have like a girl singing, or like a little singer, or like a little singer singing a song, so it could come straight out the PA. So at ceremonies, you had to point the speaker over there or to the crowd here. I have them very far apart. There's another gig tip as well. Keep your speakers far apart from each other, because if you're doing ceremonies, you'll get that sound, that screaming noise. It hurts my ears. I hate feedback, because I don't want the dB levels to go up there, because it goes. So if you're turning off speakers, gig tip, I always unplug my speakers before I unplug my mixing desk. It's just so if you're doing gigs, if you turn everything off, you don't get a big, and if you do, it'll pop, it'll blow your speakers. Do not do that. But for a microphone, I use is somewhere in here. I think you might see it somewhere, and I already might have seen it. This is for the like gimmicks. Here it is. you could go with for vocals a little Shure SM58 or 57, or a PG setup like Chris has. My college teacher has one, but I really want to endorse the Shure SM58. You have to be careful with having the faders at this level right here, or you could just do like a little. If you want to do a little gazebo setup, you can do that, but it would just block your view of the setup. What you could do is just do feet, 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 and have the big roof up above me so it doesn't like overheat your system. You have to be careful with doing that because you don't want to break your system. Because you don't want your system like overheating. Or you could just do what I do, just gig tip, bring like a little towel or something. That's what happened to my old speaker. It overheated, it got terrible, it sounded terrible. My sermons, so I'm getting this like venom sounds. I did not want that, so I got rid of the FBT speakers. I thought these were budget friendly DJ speakers, but they're not DJ speakers. Do not use them. Please stop doing that. It might distort. I've had that problem when I was doing like big events, like big production gigs, and I said, these things are good for performances, but I said they are perfect for zoos and museums. No using them for events like smaller or like the micro events. Just go with the F1s with FBT subs and that. So this is my version of the PA you need to do. You can't go up there because it's a right mess, and the bramble sucks with me. Every time I go up there I embargo on my setup. I will get trapped, I will get stuck, and it just won't look very good. So the RCF is the way to go for like a little monitor. I just got a little ARC 300A. It's actually a very nice sounding one. Do not get the passive ones because I hate carrying around amps. I used to back in the day. I had a little Behringer iNuke and a pair of, I can't remember, I think they were Pro Sound, I think. Then a little Dual 18 sub. I did not want to do that, so I got rid of that. Because, man, that thing was old. I got dust all over it, and all the dust got inside the components, and it made the speaker sound shit. I hate it. So I upgraded to the Bose amp rack to power off my rig. I thought that would be a good opportunity to do that, but it did the same. So I shrunk down my amp rack. So now I'm going to just use it as my mixing rack. So it will just be my little DJ rig for right here. So you'll see me with this RCF, these the 3 tops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 speakers, and then add one as a monitor, which counts as 6 because there's a monitor. You have to bring a DBX, you need to bring an Ion, you need to bring a Newmark and a Roland and a CD, and that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date for all the videos that will be coming out on each product that you're seeing here. I will sell my FBT subs, by the way, because I got rid of my J5s because I did not like the sound at all. They did sound a bit tinny because the drivers were a bit old, and I blew both the tweeters in the cabinets, and one of them broke because Ethan and Ryan kept knocking them over, and they were just not overall good. But the Bose speakers were pretty legit. We were listening to them, and listen to this. Yeah! But yeah, let's pack everything away off camera.